to another exciting episode of
ZoeTv.
ZoeTV, and today's special is kind of like
the best.
I kind of enjoy these Zoom days because we get to talk to people that we don't get on campus as often, or special guests, or
exactly.
And this is one of those circumstances. We had to introduce her.
Oh,
she's going to do so many amazing things for our campus. And she's with you.
Yes.
She's going to be your new BFF.
She is an answer to my prayers.
Ah, wow.
I know.
I mean, that's a big
And I actually did pray.
You were praying, and I bet you had others praying.
I did.
And she arrived.
Yes, because let me tell you why.
Tell me why.
Okay. I had a grant writer here.
Yes, we all know her, Joan.
Joan, and she did phenomenal work. And she brought in great money, a lot for your programs.
Big fan of Joan.
Yes, and she was, in my estimation, really hard to replace. Plus, I will say, grant writing is a special talent. Not everybody can. Everybody thinks they can. If you're a writer, you think you can, but grant writing is definitely...
It's a niche.
It is, because you have to be wordsmith. You have to be able to say something in a small amount of words. So,
that's a skill set not very many people have.
Not many people have it, and not many people want to do it for long term. I did it for 10 years, and I thought, I can't write another one. And it's true, I can't. No. So, in my prayers, I said, please bring the right person. And God did that. He brought Hilary.
Oh.
Hilary, welcome. We are really thankful you're here. And I got the opportunity to introduce Hilary to the veterans group yesterday, because she has found all kinds of money that would help our veterans on campus.
Wow.
The hard part is getting the numbers of veterans that we have.
Yeah.
So we would love to hear if you're not in the veterans group and you'd like to contact myself or Hilary. We'd love to hear that you're here. We do need that info. But let me just say, she's been here 2 weeks and she's already written 10 grants.
I mean, that exceeded anything you could have hopped.
Oh, absolutely. So Hilary, welcome.
Hi.
Hilary Cummings. Hi. She is our new grants coordinator.
I feel like my own introduction is better than me. Wow.
Well.
Thank you.
Well, we are really happy to have you.
Now.
Don't be. It's just Steve and I.
And 900 amazing residents that are watching and learning who you are, because I think the grant writing that we have on this campus for so long has paved the way for so many things on this campus that people take for granted, and they don't even know how they got there. They're just there, and we utilize them every single day, and you guys are responsible for delivering that. I mean, it's unbelievable what you guys can do on this campus.
Well, we did fund the food pantry for 3 years with our $250,000 close to, and the good news is Hilary is still looking for more food pantry funding. So when that comes available, which I'm saying when, not if,
when,
not
if, yes.
We are planning to open the food pantry for that period of time.
That's cool.
So Steve, since you are the master question asker, what would you like to know about Hilary?
I got to meet you during HR orientation, and you had good questions for us as we explained ZoeLife to new employees and try to explain what we're trying to accomplish on this campus. But I would start with what I'm sure everybody wants to know is, you know, your background and how did you end up working with Kate? Like, what brought you here, and tell us about your background.
Well, I mean, I could go all the way back, and I won't do that because we don't have that much time. But I'm originally from Philadelphia. The Eagles did not win, but that's okay. It's okay. But I had to bring that up. So I'm originally from Philadelphia, and I've been out here in Arizona since 1996, and doing mainly prevention work and grant writing, but a lot of grant writing to employ myself. So what's nice is being able to help others and to be able to help a new demographic of people. I did a lot in substance abuse prevention for youth and wrote a lot of youth programs. So this is more near and dear to my life, where I am in my life now, to be able to write some of these grants. And so it's exciting. I'm going out and doing a lot of research and finding that, we baby boomers are the big population right now in the country. So there's a lot of money. Then, and as Kay said, for veterans, there's a lot of money to support our veterans, which is great, and to help older adults. So it's fun, and I enjoy doing it. I did retire 2 years ago, and found that while it's nice getting Social Security and getting up when I want, that's not for me. I'm a hardworking person, and I like working. So this came along, and I was like, this is ideal for me. I do get to work here from home, and I have 3 golden retrievers who you might hear in a few minutes or at some point. And so I get to be here at home and do my work here, which is great. And it's part-time, which is great. But I love going out and doing this research. I'm a geek. What can I tell you?
Well,
I like doing this.
I think you have to have a heart for seniors to have your heart in a grant, right? I assume, right? Like you would have to have passion behind your words that come across on paper.
I mean, I am a senior. I'm just in, on the cusp there as a senior myself, but also, I think what's really important about grant writing is not just the numbers and the data, and that's all fine and good, but it's the stories. It's how it impacts people, and knowing what might impact one individual or another. So, like the veterans, I think it's going to be exciting trying to figure out a way to help them to come together and to have the numbers. And I think that what you do, Steve, I'm a big fan, because when I heard all about it at my orientation, I was like, oh, I want to be a part of that.
She's moving in.
She's moving in. Very nice.
And that's my background.
Well, I will tell you, I think,
like I'm going to the gym and taking my vitamins.
Yeah, look at you. I think, at least from a Joan perspective, of your ability to tell what Glencroft is trying to accomplish as a nonprofit, in thinking so far outside the box on how we work with seniors and how we provide hope and joy and passion and try to, just achieve this successful aging lifestyle. I think that people that have the money would rather play in that sandbox than others that are just a typical, normal senior living experience. And that we always have skin in the game. We try it, and we do what we say we're going to do with the money that we get. We're good stewards of it.
Very good.
But we say it and we do it and we walk the walk. But I think what's gone well for us is we've always attempted to try to do it without the help, and then decided we need a little help in this certain area. Like, we don't have the funds that could enhance this program even more if we could get our hands on A, B, C, or D, right? And then you guys had that story that you can tell that shows Glencroft skin in the game, the number of people participating, and all that data that comes with it. And then obviously the anecdotal data of testimonials and all the feel-good juice that you guys can lean on to tell the story to a company. And who wouldn't want to play with us?
Well, and
the ongoing, gathering information from people, like, you bring something in, like I love the gym equipment that you have, but what are people wanting? What are they really enjoying? And then going and meeting their needs as well, so that's important.
Yes.
Well, and given a little bit of time, you're going to discover exactly what Steve and I have discovered. So starting here, we were excited about working with the older adults, but as time went on, they became our friends, and we wanted them to succeed and grow. And the best part is to see them come alive and take care of their own life and realize, wow, I've got everything here. I can't wait to jump in and exercise and eat right and socialize and sleep better and go to class. And those opportunities aren't available every single place. I've been to a lot of communities in my earlier job here as outreach coordinator, and I can tell you there isn't another place I know of that is doing what we're doing. And a lot of it is a collaborative approach to making this place the best it can be and the best place to age.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just watched, and Steve, I would think that you've seen it. I just watched the PBS special this weekend. Dr. Mark Hyman, who does the Young Forever program, and he talks about the blue zones. I thought of you.
Yeah.
And how, you know, we can age gracefully, and we don't just have to say, oh, I'm a certain age, I'm going to hang it up and go sit on the porch. We can do things, you know, we can be part of community. We can, like you say, eat right and exercise and take care of ourselves and keep learning. You know?
And so, take care of each other.
That was real exciting. I don't know if have you seen it.
I have. No, there's so much great content out there on the idea of successful aging right now. Everybody, because of baby boomers, everybody's trying to get their hands around what it means to successfully age. And so that's why in this last issue of Glencroft Living, we actually dedicated an article to the idea of all these different theories. We picked the main two of what successful aging really looks like and the true definition of it. You have the blue zones mentality, and then you have the old school mentality of, you know, successful aging means you don't have disease and you're able to move, period. And it's so far beyond that. You know, somebody's version of successful aging in memory care and how their life works is completely different than someone else. And we got to be able to pivot and navigate and cater to everybody so that they experience that. I mean, that's what it's all about. But I would say that being a faith-based campus really enables us, I think, to drive some very particular grants. And I look back pre-COVID in getting the grant to come in for audio-visual and for our virtual reality stuff. And that came across before COVID. And then all of a sudden we leaned on all of this technology down in the university, so we didn't have to stop learning. We got people to experience virtual reality, to get away from campus and just put this headset on and explore the Caribbean or explore the Great Wall of China. But it's funny how God's hands on working in advance of what was coming. We didn't even know it. We go, boy, this AV grant's great. We got cameras down in the university, and then boom, we needed them to do everything we wanted to do. So I'm excited to see what you come up with, because I think you just have a different lens and a different eye.
Yeah.
Well, and she's very involved in her church, and she prayed for this job too.
Like I said, I did. I prayed for what's my next step? You know, I don't know what it is. And what's so exciting about this is, yes, I mean, it's a professional next step, but it's, you know, like I said before, it's where I am personally, you know, and I'm calling it, you know, radical self-care. I'm trying to go out and do things to take care of myself as I'm aging. And, you know, I've had family members who passed away at an early age because of health, you know, smoking, not eating right and all that. And I went, no, not me. You know, and my children tease me that I'm going to outlive them just to, you know, drive them crazy. And I go, well, yeah, that's my goal in life. But I think that really, you know, aging, you know, we live in a culture of, you know, young and beautiful and supermodels and all that. And you know, we are the largest part of the population, we baby boomers, and you know, we're not going down. You know, we're still out there dancing, having fun, and enjoying life. You know, and I'm going to be part of that.
Yeah, you are,
personally and professionally. So I'm excited.
Well, we're very, very thankful to have you, and excited as well.
Well, I would say the other question I would have that I'm sure some of the viewers have is, you touched on some of your history in grant writing. Had you been to Glencroft before? Have you heard of Glencroft prior to this job posting, or?
I live in downtown Tempe, and I never leave downtown Tempe because I don't have to, because everything's here.
Yes.
But, so no, I hadn't been out to Glencroft, and as I said, I was very excited to be out there right before the Super Bowl and kind of see the whole Glendale area. But it's a wonderful, wonderful campus because I love the, you know, that there's the independent living, the casitas and the apartments for those folks, and then, you know, the step up to assisted living and memory care and all of that. And I just think that that's wonderful to have the you know, the movement from, you know, from totally independent to being able to get the care that you need. Because when I do talk to my peers, as we are aging, independence is the big thing. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, whoever is hearing this, that keeping our independence as long as we can is so important. Mm-hmm. So it's a wonderful campus. I love it.
We do too.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We really, really are thankful. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but you have come to me with some ideas that we hadn't looked at before when it came to grant writing and what if we could do this on the campus. And can you talk just a teeny bit about what you're looking at in terms of the big federal grants that we're hoping that we could see some, you know, money from possibly?
So two things that come to mind, and I apologize for the noise. I have a dog trainer showing up for my 3 golden retrievers. Anyway, there's 2 things that came to mind was, you know, I'm very passionate about mental health. And when I say mental health, you know, there's a lot of stigma around that. And particularly with aging, one, and with the effects of COVID, I think that we need to be able to look at, you know, and it goes back to the blue zones, is, you know, people not being isolated and having a sense of community and being able to have good mental health and emotional health and all that goes along with that. But with these federal grants, you know, when I heard the leadership, you know, talk about the wish list of things, you know, to increase security, for disaster preparedness, for, you know, really bringing, renovating the auditorium and some of the community rooms like we talked about yesterday. I think it's about, federal grants are like going, you know, you have $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 grants, and those are great, and we want those, and they're always the low-hanging fruit. But then to bring in some of these larger grants to really, you know, elevate us, and it's a new way of thinking. It's a paradigm shift, right? So, but it's very doable. You know, I think people get scared when they hear federal grant. I've done plenty of them, and they are scary at first. They look scary. Sure. I think they're meant to be scary to make sure that you do all that you need to do to get them. And then once you get them, it's great. So, yeah, I think it would be really great if we could get a few big federal grants.
Right, to help maybe promote the outdoor area that we've talked about, that we could bring together, because our activities group is amazing, and I cannot wait for you to see Gold Rush Week, because you will be blown away.
I'm excited.
But one of the hard things has been to do outdoor events because we're on rocky ground and on level ground, so we have to really kind of work around that. And to have a place that we could be safer and more comfortable would be great. It's not that we can't do it, but to be able to do it more safely and I beautifully would be a dream come true. So I'm very excited to see what we can do together. And Steve's always got great ideas to how to improve. And I'll tell you, the outdoor exercise equipment, that was his idea, was something we hadn't thought of, but it's so necessary and so utilized that we do know that these kind of things bring people together. They have a sense of community, and that's really what you want. And one thing I know, and you know, because we talk to the residents a lot, and it's hard to move into a new place at an older age, because you think, will I fit in? Will I have friends? But when we offer opportunities for people to be together, it really does make a difference. So thank you for being here, Hilary. We're very excited for what you will bring to our campus.
Yeah, it's like I said before, what I prayed for myself, and I appreciate that you said that, Kay, was, what is the next step in my life? More personally than professionally, because I didn't know what professionally it could look like. And this is just, not to be selfish, but it's ideal for me personally. So I feel very excited about going out and finding, what's out there. It's obviously near and dear to my heart. So I'm really excited. The stuff I'm finding, it's great. It's really exciting to think what we can do to have successful aging.
Yeah.
So,
right. And this won't surprise you because it's such a small world we figure out. But Hilary and I have a mutual friend that goes back to my area agency on aging days who I value so much. And she now lives in Pennsylvania. And and Hilary mentioned her name and I went,
I know.
I love her. And so it was kind of that connection to talk to my friend. And she said, if you get a chance to hire her, do.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that's really great.
All right. So you are from Philadelphia.
All right.
Now, let me ask you one thing. Cheesesteaks back in Philadelphia. Have you found one in Tempe around here that can match what you grew up on?
No, it's the hoagie. First of all, is my favorite.
It's all about the roll.
Cheesesteak. It's all about the bread.
To have the bread.
It's South Philly's Amoroso's bread. It's all about the bread. It's not about the cheese whiz or the meat. It's the bread.
So is it the Pat's versus Geno's still the top two, or are there a sneaky one?
So Geno's is really the better between the two.
Okay.
And my son is actually in Philly right now at a conference. And he went to a place on South Street in Philly called Woodrow's, and they are now claiming to be the best cheesesteak. And he was just there yesterday, and he said, "Mom, it was pretty good." So I don't know. I'm a hoagie girl, so
Okay,
and I have to run because I have a person like literally standing at my window.
Okay.
Hey, we're gonna let you go. Then we can't have that. That's just awkward for everyone.
Right.
Thank
you, Joan.
Go work on these grants, Joan. We'll see you.
That's right. Work.
I'm excited.
All right, Hilary. Good job.
We're excited too.
Yes, ma'am.
Take care.
10 more tomorrow.
10 more tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Then you can have the weekend off.
Go Eagles.
No, there you go. Wow. What an amazing guest that you got.
I know. I'm super excited, Steve. I'm not just saying that. Finding a grant writer is like finding a needle in a haystack. I can imagine. You know that.
How many did you go through to get to her? Like how many candidates that you were starting to feel good about, or what was the like?
I'll tell you the problem. I would say none were close because one, and she lived in Minneapolis.
Okay.
But other than that, I got what happens is you get a lot of people who like to write or journalism majors. And they have great writing skills, but not this type. Because you have to be a researcher, a follow through. You have to write reports. So grant writing isn't just sending out a grant. It is making relationships. It's following through. It's writing the reports at the exact right time that they require. And it's understanding that if you say, we're going to use your $5,000 to buy this.
Yes.
You need to.
And there's follow-up on
there
the back
is
end.
so much follow-up.
That's what Joan was so good about, is keeping our feet to the fire about, hey, I need pictures. I need data. I need to know how many so I can follow up so we get more money down the road.
Exactly. And they don't just go, oh, here's 10,000, go do what you think's right.
Yeah.
You have to know ahead of time exactly what you need, and you have to follow through, which is being good stewards of the funds. And anyway, she fit
you did a great hire. She's fired up, and that's half the battle, right? Okay, we got a minute left. I got to put a plug in for it's this week, but on the 8th of March. It's Wednesday.
March 8th.
3 o'clock. to 4 o'clock, Midwestern University is sending out one of their brightest students to
Yes.
come and educate our residents on the idea of successful aging when it comes to cognition.
Yes.
And how cognition plays in psychology, both for the caregiver and the person. But she's doing her dissertation, and she's using Glencroft as her stomping grounds to get a survey completed. So we need people in the room engaging with this student and then doing the survey. So we have flyers up. I got flyers in the elevators. We're really pushing hard for her to get a good big group. She's looking to get 30 to 40 surveys turned in. So
in the university?
In the university.
University, say the date.
So it's going to be March 8th, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
To 4 o'clock, 1 hour. And she is a young, hungry, fired up student who is just so fun that we are thought of first.
Yes.
Of the place for her to go do this.
I agree. And I tell you, they are taught so well at Midwestern. We're really fortunate to be in.
So it's late in the day. You should be all clear. It's right before dinner. I want that room packed. Call down, RSVP. Let us know you're coming. If you can't do that, just come in. Come.
Or we'll go get them.
Or we're going to drag
We'll knock
you
at your door.
All right. And that's
Thank
it. We're
you.
done. What a show.
Great. See you next week.